Hi, and welcome to Materials Month. I'm your host, Andre Baros. All month long, we've been taking a dive into AceLab's Materials Hub to give you side-by-side materials analysis. We're not just showing you these materials, we're helping you compare them and helping you understand exactly how they perform with detailed insights that you can see for yourself. This week, our theme is light versus heavy. And on today's episode, we'll be starting the week with a look at aerogel versus lead. Let's dive into the Materials Hub.
So as we get into today's glass, we're back to glass. I think something to really kind of think about is that when you look at a material by itself, it's sometimes hard to evaluate whether it's heavy or light, right? We're going to talk about heaviest and lightest today, this week. And I think that's a perfect example of where comparisons are so helpful, to be able to see the range, like what is normal, what is heavy, what is light. So diving right in here, I pulled together a comparison, and we're going to talk about Calwall, right, at the light end of plastic glass options. And actually, let's rearrange and shift things around on the fly. And Guardian's Bird Safe is sort of a baseline, normal glass that everyone should be specifying as a default. And TGP's Fireglass as a heavy glass. And we'll see just how heavy when we get into the details. Rather than scrolling through, I created some notes for this one over here in the schedules, just so that I could have everything in one place. And I also included a few extra numbers here. So at the light end of glazing, what does that mean? So 2 pounds per square foot is the lightest I found. That's actually Kingspan's Light and Air with their Uniquad system. However, I also included Calwall, which makes a 2 PSF system, the same weight, or a 3 pound per square foot system that is dramatically higher performing. So the Kingspan is an R value. I have U values because it's glass, but I find it easier for here to compare. An R value range on the Kingspan between R6 and R11, which is pretty good compared to glazing. Right, your baseline glass is somewhere around R3 to R3.7, right, which is your U 0.27 to 0.29. So better U value. The Calwall with Aerogel jumps up to R20, right, which is 0.05, and is almost the same weight. And at 3 PSF for the heaviest option there, still a pound per square foot lighter than normal glass. So range, where do we get to for heavyweight? The TGP Fireglass X-ray glass. So this is glass with lead embedded in it. So it's a normal glass or lead glass, and then acrylic, and then more lead glass. Like, this is a robust system. Is 25 PSF. I did not bother with U value because you're not using this in insulated situations. This is purely a specialty application, but that is for 8 times heavier than normal glass, right? And 16 times heavier than a plastic glass alternative, which, as we see, can get you pretty amazing performance. I'm just going to jump into a couple images for comparison, explaining that plastic glass. So this is the Kingspan polycarbonate option, Polygal. It has a corrugated outer sheet, a corrugated inner sheet, an aluminum frame, and then either hollow or some translucent fiberglass bat in there. Again, great option, great daylight. And then here is the Calwall scenario, and they of course offer a aerogel upgrade. So pros and cons of both, but I think it's worth flagging the two as very, very lightweight, which is probably why they're so popular for big spaces. Normal glass, I didn't bother with the picture. I think you know what that looks like. But I found it interesting to see the range of what's out there and just be able to compare them, right?
And that's it for today's material comparison. Of course, you're the expert on your project, but maybe we're sharing something that fits your particular design, budget, or circumstances. As always, we'd love to hear your thoughts and material ideas. So be sure to visit us at acelabusa.com to view all of these materials and so much more inside our Materials Hub. And remember, we're always here to help, so go pick your favorite material and go make it real.